Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Thea. For those who are new, I'm a health inspector by profession and also a certified makeup artist. And I posted a video recently about some of the pros of being a health inspector, or some of the things that I like about being a health inspector. Now I will be talking about some of the cons of being a health inspector, or some of the things that I don't like. And just a disclaimer, remember that the things that affect me may not affect you. So even if you're a health inspector, some of the things that I may not like, you may not have a problem with it, and vice versa. Alright? So these are just some of the things that I personally might not like, and some of the ways I overcome them. Alright? So for every negative situation, I will be telling you the ways I overcome them to make it easier on myself and so forth. Alright, so some of the cons of being a health inspector, I'm going to talk about 8 of them. Alright, I'm just going to go through as quickly as possible so as not to make the video too long. And if you have gotten to this section of the video and you have not yet liked the video and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I'm just going to ask you to please do so. Thank you very much. Alright, so number 1, I'm going to talk about constant driving. Alright, so every single day you are on the road, right? So that is one of the things that I don't like. So you're always driving, whether it's to work or you have reached work and you actually have to go into your area or the location where you're working for the day. So you are constantly on the road. Alright, so that it can be good and it can be bad, but for me it's really bad, right? Because first thing, the road is dangerous. That's one. It leads to fatigue. It's boring. Driving for me is very boring. It also leads to tiredness, and the fact that you have to constantly be focusing, right? So some of the ways I overcome this, I basically try to take breaks, right? So if I drive to a location, I try to take a little break, if it's even 5 minutes or so. If I'm driving for an extended period of time, I try to play music, so if I can just make it easier on myself. I try to make sure that I have something that I can drink, even a little water or something to just keep me hydrating while driving. Alright, so that's some of the things that I do to overcome that. Number 2, the workload, it can become heavy depending on the task that you are given. So some tasks may be easier, some may be harder. So I'm talking about the harder stuff that leads to fatigue, and the fact that you have to be lifting stuff. And I'm talking about like meat and stuff. We're lifting up heavy meat, pushing things back and forth, pushing meat back and forth. It can be tedious on your body. The constant bending. So if you're going to do an inspection, you have to be bending, you have to be scringing your body in some little areas and stuff like that. So those are some of the things that may become challenging on my body from time to time. And the fact that you have to be walking up and down so much sometimes, especially for the larger establishments, right? So you're walking up and down, checking this, bending over, looking on, all of that, right? And some of these places are not necessarily clean, so you have to be cautious while doing these things. All right, now the next thing, so how I overcome these, I take frequent breaks. So after I finish inspection of a facility, I come out, drink some water, take a little break, get some fresh air, and before proceeding to do the next one, right? Sometimes you have to drive a bit to go to the next place again, so you have to take some break and all of that. Take some water, maybe have a little snack or something to just relax before entering into another facility. Number 3, oh my god, this is one of the things that it's hard. The heat, right? So the heat is another thing that I dislike. So you're driving in the heat, you come out, you're inspecting in the heat. Sometimes you're in the sun, walking up and down, depending on the job. You can tend to, your body can overeat, right? And that can lead to dehydration. So it's good if you always have some form of fluid some form of cool fluid in your vehicle, so you can walk around with a small igloo or one of those insulated cups with water and all of that. So you have to stay hydrated because it will make you fatigue and get heat stress and all of that, right? And it can happen, trust me. Number 4, frequent stops. So you're always stopping. Every 5 seconds you're stopping, especially when the establishments are close to each other. You're stopping multiple times, so it can become annoying. So what you do, you plan ahead, right? So you plan ahead of time. You try to make sure that you are not doing your inspection in a haphazard way. If you have a shop right here, you don't want to go to another one or a food establishment way down the road before you come back to this one, right? So you want to plan ahead, make sure you have an idea of where you're going, to each person that you're going or each establishment that you're going, to have a better plan so you know what you're doing. Number 5, the constant washing. So if you're not a person that love to wash like me, I don't love to wash every minute. Gowns. So once you use a gown, especially when you do meat inspection, you know that you're gonna have stains, you're gonna have blood stains, and those are not easy sometimes to get out if you never remember and all of that to take it out and stuff. So you have to always be taking out the stuff out of the vehicle, washing them, water boot, stamp, everything has to be washed, dispose of your gloves and all of that, right? So you have to do a lot of vehicle cleaning and all of that, take out your stuff and clean and all of that, right? So the constant washing and the constant cleaning and stuff like that you have to do, right? Not that I have a problem cleaning and washing, but sometimes it's just a lot, right? Especially if you have a lot of meat inspection points, etc. You may become tired and it's annoying at times. All right. Number 6, when you're doing your inspection, you have to walk with a number of stuff. You have to walk with a lot of books. You may have to walk with a lot of tools and stuff. So it's good if you have a bag that you can walk with these items, so it's easier to carry, right? And you don't want to forget stuff, so you want to make sure that you plan ahead. So this includes planning. So every day you have to be planning ahead, right? What you might be doing for the day. And number 7, another one that I don't like is the apprehension from people. So sometimes you go to do an inspection, people don't want to talk to you, they don't want to hear from you, and they might give you attitude, and it's as if, it's hard to break the ice between you and them. So especially if it is not an area that you are well known, so maybe it's a new area and so forth that you're working in, or the person, they don't know you, so they tend to want to give you some amount of attitude and all of that. So you have to be able to know how to break the ice. You have to be able to know how you're gonna get around certain kind of conversation that they try to come with and so forth, because trust me, they have a lot of conversation that they try to bring you off track. So you have to know now how you're going to approach these situations and how you're gonna get around them, right? Number 8 is the last one. You must be able to concentrate properly and for long periods of time, and also be relevant, right? So when you're doing your inspection, you stick to the point, right? You make sure that whatever you're telling these persons it is of a public health importance, right? Because sometimes you go there, and when you go there, you see so many things. You want to make sure that you keep your head together and you concentrate what are the main things that need to get done, and you prioritize each thing and all of that, so it's easier for them to understand, and also you're sticking with your regulation and whatever it is that is governing you and your policies and all of that, because it's easy to get carried away if you are not careful. You must also remember that you must write, and those things sometimes it's difficult, so some of those are the cons. The excessive amount of writing, and it goes with the concentration as well, so you have to write a lot. Everything you have to be writing, and they have a saying that said work not documented is work not done. So you have to be documenting almost every single thing, and that can become tiresome at times, but it is what it is. So those are some of the cons. I hope that this video helps someone. And if you're a health inspector, what are some of the cons? What are some of the things that you find challenging as well? You can leave that in the comment section. And if you have any questions, you are an upcoming health inspector, any questions on this video and what I've posted, you can feel free to leave it in the comment section. So if you were not clear, leave that in the comment section. And I hope that this video has helped you, and I hope that you have already liked, shared and commented under this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.